Hello friends, welcome to this new video. Today we are going to discuss about partnership. In this video, we will see the meaning, features, merits, demerits, types of partners, types of partnership, what is partnership deed and how to register partnership firm. So let's see first what is partnership. The shortcomings of sole proprietorship have created an option of partnership. Partnership removes shortcomings like limited capital investment, limited managerial skill, and unlimited liability. Partnership Act 1932 defines partnership as the relation between persons who have agreed to share profit of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. In simple words, we can say partnership is a relationship between two or more persons who have agreed to share profit of the business which is run by all or any of them running it for all. Let's see the features now. First is a formation, liability, risk bearing, decision making and control, continuity, number of partners and mutual agency. Now let's see one by one. First one is formation. Partnership business is governed by Partnership Act 1932. It comes into existence through legal agreement in which everything related to partnership is mentioned, like terms and conditions of partnership, relation of partners with each other, manner of conducting business. Everything is specified. Here, one thing we have to remember, the business must be lawful and run with motive of profit. The person coming together for charitable purpose is not including in partnership business. Next is liability. Here, the partners of the firm have unlimited liability. Personal assets of partners may be used to pay that of business when required. Partners are jointly and individually liable for payment of debt of partnership business. Next is risk bearing. The partners are sharing profits and losses in agreed ratio. They bear the risk of running business as a team. Profit is also shared, loss is also shared between partners in agreed ratio. Next is decision making and control. The responsibility of decision making and control of day-to-day activities is shared amongst the partners. All decisions are taken with mutual consent. The activities of partnership firm are managed by joint efforts of all partners. Next is continuity. The continuity of partnership business is affected by death of partner, retirement of a partner, insanity of partner. All these incidents can bring an end of business, but other remaining partners can continue the business by creating new partnership agreement. Next feature is number of partners. The minimum requirement of partners to start a partnership firm is 2. In case of maximum partners, in section 464 of Companies Act 2013, it is mentioned 100 partners. But it is subject to numbers prescribed by government. As per Rule 10 of Company Rule 2014, at present the maximum number of members can be 50. So, more than 50 persons cannot allowed to start partnership business in India right now. Last feature of partnership is mutual agency. In partnership definition, we have seen the partnership business is carried by all partners or any of them acting for all. It means every partner is both agent and principal. A partner is an agent because he represents other partners and his acts bind other partners. A partner is a principal because he is also bound by acts of other partners. Like this way, a partner is both principal and agent. Now let's see merits of partnership. First is a easy formation and closure. Second is a balanced decision making. Next is a more funds. And next is a sharing of risk. And last is a secrecy. Let's see first easy formation and closure. To start a partnership firm is very easy. Just by putting an agreement between prospective partners to carry out business for sharing profit. Even registration of partnership is also not compulsory, and the closure of firm is also very easy task. Next is balanced decision making. In partnership, all partners are working according to their knowledge and experience, and it reduces the burden of work and it increases the quality of judgment. As a result, decisions are likely to be more balanced. Next is more funds. In partnership, mostly all partners are contributing capital in the firm. So this makes possible to raise large amount of funds in comparison to sole proprietor. And expansion is also possible when needed. Next is sharing of risk. The risk of running partnership firm is shared by all partners, which reduces the anxiety, burden and stress of individual partners. Last feature is secrecy. Partnership firm is able to maintain confidentiality of information relating to its operation because it is not compulsory to publish its accounts and submit reports by any law. So they can keep secret all this information easily. Now let's see limitations of partnership. First is a unlimited liability, then limited resources, then possibility of conflicts, then lack of continuity, and the last is lack of public confidence. Let's see first unlimited liability. In partnership firm, partners are liable to repay debts of firm from personal resources when the assets are not enough to pay debts. And here partners are individually and jointly responsible to pay debts. So it is the biggest drawback to those partners who have greater personal wealth. They have to pay entire debts when other partners are not able to pay. Second limitation is limited resources. There is restriction of number of partners, so their contribution in terms of capital investment is not enough to start a large scale business operation. So partnership business cannot expand their business beyond certain size. Next is a possibility of conflict. Partnership is run by group of persons and decision making authority is shared. So difference in opinion may lead to disputes between partners. decision of other partner is binding others, so wrong decision of one person may result in big loss for all partners. Leaving firm also ends the partnership, and there is also restriction on transfer of ownership in partnership. These all points increases the chance of conflict among partners. Next is a lack of continuity. Partnership comes to an end when the death is there, retirement is there, or insolvency of partner is there. But other partners can continue the business with a fresh agreement. Last is lack of public confidence. The confidence of public in partnership firm is generally low because they are not publishing their accounts or not submitting any reports regarding their financial status. So people don't know the financial condition of firm, and that's why they have a low confidence in them. Now let's see types of partners. There are different types of partners with different roles and liabilities. Understanding of all these types of partner is important for a clear understanding of their rights and responsibility. Let's see. The first is active partner, then sleeping partner, secret partner, nominal partner, partner by estoppel, and partner by holding out. Let's see first active partner. An active partner is a partner who contribute the capital, participate in management, share profit and losses, and has unlimited liability. These partners are those partners who run the business on behalf of others. Next is a sleeping partner or dormant partner. Partners who are not participating in day-to-day activities of firm is called sleeping partner. But he contributes the capital, he shares profit and loss, and he has unlimited liability in firm. Next is a secret partner, a partner whose association is unknown to general public is called secret partner. But he also contributes the capital, he also participates in management, he also shares profit and loss, and he has also unlimited liability in firm. Only name is unknown, otherwise he is like normal partner. Next is nominal partner. A nominal partner is one who allows to use his or her name by firm. He is not participating in management, not contributing in capital, not sharing any profit or losses, but he has unlimited liability like other partners in firm. Next is partner by estoppel. About this type of partner we will understand with the help of example. Suppose Ram is a rich person and good friend of Shyam, who is a partner in software firm. On the request of Shyam, Ram attended meeting with Mohan Traders and actively participated in meeting, like showing he is also partner in software firm. Due to this, Mohan Traders ready to sell goods on credit. On the basis of this negotiation, Ram is also be liable to repayment of such a debt as like other partners. So here Ram through his behavior gives an impression to Mohan Traders that he is a partner in software firm. So he is also held liable for debt of the firm, because in eyes of Mohan Traders he is a partner in software firm. So here Ram is considered as partner by estoppel.
So we can say a partner is called partner by estoppel when a person who through his initiative or behavior gives an impression to other that he or she is a partner of firm, and in such a case he or she is also liable to pay debt of firm, because in eyes of third party he or she is a partner in firm. Even he is not investing capital, he is not sharing profit or loss, or he is not participating in management also. Last is partner by holding out. A partner by holding out is a person who allows to a firm to use his or her name to be represented as a partner in firm. Such a person is liable to repay of debts which is created through such a representation. If he is not a partner in firm, he does not allowed to use his name and deny on issue immediately by clarifying his position that he is not partner in firm. But if he is not denying, he will be responsible to the third party for any such debts. Here, this partner also is not investing any capital, not participating in management, not sharing profit or loss, but he has unlimited liability in firm.
Now here you can see comparison between different type of partners are there: active, sleeping, secret, nominal, partner by estoppel, and partner by holding out. First three type of partners are contributing capital, participating in the management, sharing profit and losses, and also have unlimited liability. But in the case of nominal partner, partner by estoppel, and partner by holding out, they are not contributing capital, they are not participating in management, they are not sharing profit or losses, but they have unlimited liability.
Now let's see condition of minor partner in partnership firm. Minor is not allowed to be a partner in firm because he is not able to enter in agreement, but he can be admitted as partner in firm for benefit only, but with the consent of all partners. Means he cannot participate in management, his liability is also limited, and he can share profits only, not losses. He can inspect accounts of firm. After attaining the majority within the 6 months, he has to give public notice about his decision. If he is failed to do so, he will be considered as a regular partner in firm. Now let's see types of partnership. On the basis of duration, there are two types of partnership. First is a partnership at will, and second, particular partnership. On the basis of liability, there are two types of partnership. First is a general partnership, and second is a limited partner. First is a partnership at will. Duration of this type of partner is not decided. This type of partnership start at the will of partners and will continue as long as partners want, and it can be terminated when any partner gives notice of withdrawal from partnership firm. So here partnership is depending on will of partners. Second is a particular partnership. This partnership is created for completing some project or particular period of time. When project is over or time is over, partnership ended. Like partnership for construction of any building or partnership for 5 years. It is dissolved automatically when construction of building is completed or after completing the 5 years in other case. Now let's see, on the basis of liability there are two types of partnership: general partnership and limited partnership. Let's see first general partnership. In general partnership, liability of partners are unlimited. Partners can participate in management. Their acts are binding each other and firm. Registration is not compulsory, and it ends with death, retirement, or insolvency of any partner. So it's like a general partnership in every case. Second is limited partnership. This type of partnership was introduced in 1991 under the new Small Enterprise Policy 1991. But here at least one partner in partnership firm must have unlimited liability and the rest may have limited liability in firm. Interesting thing about this type of partnership is that it does not end with the death or insolvency of limited partners. The limited partners are also not allowed to participate in management. Their acts are also do not bind the firm and other partners. Registration of such type of partnership is compulsory. This type of partnership was not permitted in India earlier, but idea behind allowing this type of partnership is to attract equity capital from friends and relatives and small entrepreneurs who were not ready to invest due to unlimited liability feature of partnership business. Now let's see partnership deed. Partnership does not require written agreement to start partnership business, but to reduce the possibility of disputes regarding any matter, written agreement is desirable. The written agreement which specifies the terms and conditions agreed by all partners is called partnership deed. The partnership deed generally includes name of firm, nature of business and location of business, duration of business, investment made by each partner, distribution of profit and losses, duties and obligation of the partners, salaries and withdrawals of the partners, terms governing admission, retirement and expulsion of a partner, interest on capital and interest on drawings, procedure for dissolution of firm, preparation of accounts and their auditing, and methods of solving disputes, etc. Now let's see registration. Registration of partnership firm is not compulsory, but registration provides conclusive proof of existence of partnership firm. Some of the disadvantages of not registering firm are: a partner of unregistered firm cannot file suit against the firm or other partners. Second is the firm cannot file a suit against third parties, and the firm cannot file a case against the partners also. So it is always advisable to get registered partnership firm. Now let's see procedure of registering firm. First is a submission of application form, in which generally name of the firm, location, names and addresses of partners, date of joining partnership firm and duration of partnership, etc. is mentioned. Second, deposit of required fees with the registrar of firms. And lastly, when the registrar is satisfied, they can approve and make the entry in register of firms, and afterwards they will issue a certificate of registration, and here registration process gets over.